Hello there, Jamie Goode tasting wine on camera, and I've got 4 wines for you now, so I have to be brisk on each one, else this is going to be epic feature-length tasting session. And these are the new releases from Rathfinny, which is one of the major sparkling wine houses in the UK. And Rathfinny, they're big, they've got 90 hectares under vine now, and it's all on chalk soils in South Downs, about 3 miles from the sea. And this is the first time they've got their full portfolio. So the new release, the new baby, is the Classic Cuvée 2016. So the thing about Rathfinny is that their main focus has been on Pinot Noir. They're about half of their plantings are Pinot Noir, and interestingly, their first release was the Blanc de Blanc from 2014. So people didn't realize it, but actually they really do focus on Pinot Noir led sparkling wines. And this one, let's see if it's got the cepage on the back. No, it doesn't, but it's this one, I believe, from memory, and I could be wrong, it's about 57% Pinot Noir, then a fairly equal part Chardonnay and Pinot Meunier. 3 years on the lees. Dosage for this one is 5 grams a litre. And the pH is 2.96, so this has got quite a bit of acidity. Cherries, spice, a bit of apple, a really firm core of acidity here, but the acidity is reining in those slightly richer flavours. Really pretty impressive, really nice. Maybe the acidity is a little bit too forward, but the other flavours kind of make up for it. And just a quick note, I'm sitting outside. Fortunately, these bottles are pretty good in terms of light, because light strike is a huge issue for sparkling wine, especially. And a lot of sparkling wines in the past, especially the rosés, have been in clear glass, which is a total disaster. So sitting outside drinking like this, when they're in the bottle, they're probably okay, but in the glass, you know, fairly soon, you could get light strike issues. So sitting outside drinking, you've got to be really careful with your bottles, especially, I mean, if they're clear glass, you really can't have them outside. Right, next wine. Let's do the Blanc de Blanc. So this is 90% Chardonnay, 8% Pinot Noir, 2% Pinot Meunier. Dosage for this is, I think, 4 grams a litre, so it's still quite low. This has amazing purity. It's really pure, really direct. It's got that brightness and focus that I really appreciate in Blanc de Blanc. Primarily citrus driving this. It's incredible finesse, purity, very linear, and quite lemony. High acidity, but it works, it melds in really well with the fruit. So I believe this to be a very fine example of Blanc de Blanc. And I think this is among one of the best sparkling wines that the UK produces, even so early in this project. You know, the vines, you know, the whole project started 10 years ago, and the vines have gradually been planted over the years. In terms of production, they bottled from the 2019 vintage 300,000 bottles, and when all the vineyards are on stream that have currently been planted, producing grapes, the expectation is that number will have doubled. So it's a reasonably sizable house. Yeah. So let's go to the Blanc de Noir now. And this is, I believe, the favourite of the owner, Mark Driver. And this is driven really much by Pinot Noir. I think this one is 91% Pinot Noir, which would leave 9% for Pinot Meunier. And the dosage on this is a bit lower, it's 3 grams a litre. And at one stage they were toying with doing 0 dosage. I think I quite like these sort of levels of dosage, 3-4 grams. It's not enough to give you a perception of sweetness, but it's enough to just do something to the wine, to just change that texture slightly, to offset some acidity, and to provide some longevity as well. So the Blanc de Blanc is all about citrus, but the Blanc de Noir, there's so much red fruit here. Really appley. So red cherries, red apple skin. It's powerful, it's fruity. It's quite keen acidity. There's this lemony stream as well, sitting in with the red fruits. But what's striking about this is how different it is to the Blanc de Blanc. These two wines, the Blanc de Blanc and this Blanc de Noir, would be ideal benchmark to teach you about the difference of a sparkling wine, traditional method sparkling wine made with white grapes versus made with red grapes. I think this is, look at the colour of this as well. There's a reasonable amount of colour there. So appley, so fruity. Very impressive. Now the last of the four is the Rathfinny Rosé. Again in a reassuringly dark bottle. So, nice colour, quite a full colour. The colour here comes from 7% of still Pinot Noir Precoce, which is a variety of Pinot Noir. It's also called Frühburgunder. And in the Ahr Valley in Germany, they make some really cool still Frühburgunders. It's an underrated variety, I think. Anyway, nice colour. This is all about red fruits. It's very bright. I should say these first three were all 2016. This is 2017. 2017 started off with frosts. A lot of people got hammered. Rathfinny are close to the sea, so they're a bit luckier. They didn't get hammered. And then it was a miserable summer. It's like a summer where you only have like 2 nights out in the year barbecuing. But it's like the summer was really, really bad. And they said that Mark said that he went out and bought loads of sugar in August, expecting to have to chaptalize, because in England, if a lot of people, if they don't get to ripeness, they will chaptalize a bit. And in the end, what happened is September was amazing. It was really hot. I remember the September in 2017. It was like what they call in the UK an Indian summer. I don't know where that came from, but an Indian summer is one where you just get a late summer that just normally when you're expecting things to cool down, it gets hot again. And so September really allowed them to get full ripeness, and I think you taste that in the texture in this wine. It's beautifully textured. Wow, that's a big thing there. It's beautifully textured with lovely. There's a huge wasp, and it really likes the Blanc de Noir. And it's a monster. I think it might be a hornet or something. It's like the biggest wasp I've ever seen in my life. Anyway, this has got a beautiful texture. It's really fruity. It's just feels so silky and smooth in the mouth. And there's brightness, there's good acidity, yes. But those red fruit characters are they're well defined and they're really silky in the mouth. So this is impressive. So yeah, a really nice lineup. Good work from Rathfinny. If I was to pick my favourites, Blanc de Blanc, that's my favourite. Whoa. And then after the Blanc de Blanc, I think this rosé that this big wasp thing seems to be really interested in. It's a really, really impressive rosé. Anyway, thanks for watching.